Alright. Welcome to sideboardmtg. My name's Eric, and we're going to try this again. So, if you're joining me from Twitch, we just played the first game here on Twitch, and now we're on YouTube. Oops. Anyway, we're going to have some fun with tonight. We've got a Naya tokens build that I've already crushed an opponent with, and poor little Esper control player. And then we got a pretty sweet green-white Depression Never Ends deck from Zaxidillo. Those of you that know Zaxidillo know that he likes to build off-the-wall control decks. He's got a pretty sweet little green-white list we're going to be playing tonight. And then we got Boros watermarks, where the idea is for every card in the deck to have watermarks. So everything in the main deck does. I just grabbed some stuff for the sideboard because the deck wasn't actually designed for a sideboard. Just kind of a fun, fun deck. Hey, let's try everything with watermarks, and should be a lot of fun though. I mean, I probably going to be quite aggressive as well. So, hope you guys like tonight's show. If you do, give it that thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to try any of these decks and you want to get into MTGO, which right now is a great time to get into MTGO. Because all the prices are really low. So the lowest package in manatraders can get you most of the decks in standard. Pretty sweet deal. You don't have to buy a collection. So if you do sign up for manatraders, don't forget to use sideboardmtg red as your coupon code to save 15% on your first 3 months. And that's valid until February 5th, 2019. So, alright. We got all the pitches out of the way. We got all the other stuff. We can actually get started at the stream. I'm probably going to be using throat lozengers all night and muting to cough. So a couple of you, if you would, if I do stay muted for too long, let me know in chat. Good evening, Barry. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope everyone had a great holiday season and that your New Year is going to be great. I don't know what I'm doing for New Year's yet. 5-6 years ago, I would already have a party lined up and, be doing the Cat Williams thing, tonight I'm going to get messed up. Okay, you got to use the other word for Cat Williams, right? But anyway, not anymore, right? Now, like, finding a babysitter on New Year's would be impossible. So, anyway, hey, what's these cool things by my name? Okay, so I did explain that in the last one. You'll notice that some of you that are members here have new icons. I was originally going to change all the black in the icon to be the different colors, but it didn't work so well, so you all have backgrounds based on how long you've been members of the community. For those of you doing that. Happy song on Unlocked. Alright, will do. Speaking of which, we will be making the changes to the stream boss. He's going to be much harder to kill, and we're going to do donation bonus decks based on killing the stream boss. So, yeah, we're gonna try to actually turn donation bonus and stream boss into the same thing. Starting next, starting in 2 days, we'll have a different style to the stream boss, and I'm not going to let you guys know what all the rules are there, so you guys can figure out how to kill him yourself, if you even want to go down that road. But I assume that at some point he will die. He will die a lot. Anyway, we're going to have some fun tonight. I've already played this Naya tokens list, and I was making angels, and good things was happening, and this poor Esper deck was like, we'll have a Teferi, He played Teferi, and I've got like 6 angels on the battlefield or something. It was great. It was great. Anyway, yeah, happy song. I tell you what, I will put the happy song on as soon as we get into gameplay. Let me knock out this deck tech real quick. We're going to talk about this Divine Visitation tokens deck. We played one of these in the past. It was built by Zaxidillo, who actually built our next deck that we're going to be playing tonight. The mono white / green deck. I hope Space Marine's around to watch this one. It's along the lines of what he was wanting to play. He's wanting to play something like Bant. But anyway, let's talk about this Naya tokens build. Divine Visitation. This is going to be the key to the deck. Now, Divine Visitation is one of those 5-mana do-nothing enchantments, right? Unless you happen to have token producers already on the battlefield that do not require mana. And what I mean by that is you need something like a Legion Warboss. Legion Warboss will just naturally produce a token when you enter combat. Leonin Warleader will naturally produce tokens when you turn him sideways to attack. And, you sure I want that voodoo in here? Yeah, Space Marine shows up from time to time. He always manages himself quite well. It's in your house that he acts up. Anyway, we've got quite a few of those nice interactions with our Divine Visitation. So, if we have our Legion Warboss down, we enter combat, we make an angel. If we have Legion Warleader down, we enter combat, we attack, we make 2 angels. Now, those angels will come in tapped and attacking, even though they have vigilance. Leonin or Legion Warboss will bring in an angel that has haste, and it must attack as combat if available, which it will be, should be, most of the time it will be. So it will try to attack. So those are some kind of setbacks. You know, we do have you know, some producers in here to make this not just a 5-mana dead enchantment, right? A 5-mana do nothing. We've also got a really nice curve that can lead into like cards like turn 3 Conclave Tribunal. If we start out with a Legion Landing, jump into a Saproling Migration, and play Legion Warboss on 3, we can also play a Conclave Tribunal to clear up their turn 3 or turn 2 and still swing in with our Goblin token. A lot of interaction here. Very explosive early turns if we hit the right curves. We've got, you know, Thorn Lieutenant, which can produce some tokens. We've got Shalai to protect against, you know, targeted base removal. They have to actually kill the Shalai before they can start actually killing some of our other things. This is a really good turn 4 to line up with our Divine Visitation, because if we already have our Legion Warboss on the battlefield, we come out with a turn 4 Shalai, hit that Divine Visitation, they have to deal with the Shalai before they can even deal with the Legion Warboss. We're guaranteed that 4/4 Angel, and if you get the 1 4/4 Angel out of it, you're kind of winning. If you get 2, you're really getting there. You know, and that's the ceiling on this is through the roof, whereas the floor on this is a 5-mana do nothing. So we want to try to avoid that. And then moving on up in the curve here, we do have Venerated Loxodon, which could be really cheap or even free. Drawing one of these late is going to be great, especially if we've already cast a March of the Multitudes, which we have 4 of. And then the deck does run 25 lands, 5 forests, 7 plains, 2 mountains as the basics. So it makes kind of Flower to Flourish be like, I think you could probably cut a couple lands, bring in a couple more Flower to Flourish. As far as split lands go, not a whole lot in the red sources, which does worry me a little bit about hitting that early red. But I think we should be okay. Rootbound Crag and 2 Sacred Foundries make up the rest of our red mana, other than the 2 mountains. And then that's pretty much the main board right there. Especially the main idea of the deck. As far as the sideboard goes, we've got a lot of ways to deal with more aggressive decks than we are. Like Seal Away, we've got Settle the Wreckage, we've got additional copies of Deafening Clarion. If they are aggressive, we can bring in the Lyra Dawnbringers. Lyra may just be worthy of being in the main deck because we do plan to make some angels, and giving all of our angels lifelink is broken. Plus the +1/+1, turning them into 5/5 so they can't be lava coiled is also a valid argument. And then Vivian Reed to help shoot down some enchantments, artifacts, flying creatures, drakes, you know, Nib Mizzet, really good clean answer for Nib Mizzet. Watley Warrior Poet, zero Watley over and over to make angels seems really good. Even if you're making 3/3 green dinosaurs, it's not that bad. Those do have trample, and that's something to deal with. You can just negative Watley right off the bat, or after you've plus tutor a few times, to be able to ping a bunch of creatures and swing in with your creatures, or even just ping a bunch of little creatures. So she does work kind of like pseudo removal. Like, if you remember 4-mana Gideon, she's not quite that good, but yet she's not horrible either. I actually don't really know why we don't get a lot of Watley Warrior Poet play. Card's pretty good. I wish it had a different +2 so that you could get some more interaction out of the +2. Even a Johnny might work better here. Not 100% on that, but Watley's going to do the job. And then against burn-based removal cards like Deafening Clarion and Fiery Cannonade, we've got Tajik, Legion's Edge. Which just keeps them from being able to burn other things. This kind of works like Shalai. They have to actually burn him out before they can burn the other creatures, which is pretty important. And then we've got some Sealaways and Remorseful Clerics. Now, Remorseful Cleric may or may not even need to be played. I don't think there's a lot of room or a lot of call for Graveyard Hate. I know a lot of people are still, they love their Graveyard Hate in their best of 3 decks. That's something else that's going to be new, guys. But Remorseful Cleric, not a bad card. Sometimes you'll just play it as a 2/1 flyer and start beating. Yeah, not bad. Hey everyone, long time no see. MTG Cravings, how you doing? How you doing? Dusk Till Dawn, I don't know how I control him. He always just controls himself when he's here. He's just really nice. He doesn't get out of control. Anyway. We're going to have some fun. Just watching the tech makes you want to play some games. Haven't actually played today. Man, I have played a ton. Happy New Year's Eve from Sydney. Just came in to say a quick hi, heading back home in a few. Well, Steven, Happy New Year's to you too, sir. I hope all is well in the new year for you and yours. And that goes for everyone. I hope everyone has a great new year. We're about to jump into some games here, and we can kind of talk about the new year as you guys want to, do whatever. We're just going to have some fun. It's Subsunday. We're going to hang out and do some stuff. So let me get the happy song rolling. We'll get into a game and take it from there. He knocked you off your throne because he wanted to hear the happy song. Where's that? Where's it at? No, that's the wrong one. That's Bowser is pissed. Bowser gets mad. Here we go. Let's have some fun. You guys ready? No red source here. Alright, I'm going to turn this down just a hair, guys. Alright. Peep it rushes. Hey, peep at my last message. Peep. Okay, so peep at the message before the last message. Okay, alright. Let me check that out. Do our decks roll over? You still have a deck left from donations from last month. Yes. So I wanted to say that about the Patreon games. I am going to be doing the Patreon games. Just posted the Patreon. I'm going to keep this in. Just posted the Patreon post over on Patreon. If you've got your December decks, go ahead and post them. This is going to be the last set of decks before the new set comes out. Once the new set comes out, oh man, we just get to start with the Sacred Foundry and go from there. So we will have our turn 3. Anyway, once the new set comes out, I know a lot of people will want those played, so we're going to play the December decks. I'm going to be playing those here in the next week. So if you've got those decks, we've got some of them already rolling in. Go ahead and just post those decks, and I'll play them this week. And then as far as January decks are going to go, we're probably going to play those at the end of the month when the new cards come out. Unless you just have another Guilds of Ravnica deck that you want to see played, we can do that as well. Let's see if we can just get this down. Alright. Opt. Okay, sweet. Your deck was my pick for the week, Zaxidillo. That's the new thing. It seems that I'm doing a deck. Oh man, do we just like keep trying to curve out, or does he just destroy us with a Deafening Clarion here? Like, I want to play this Legion War Boss, which means I should have played it pre-combat. I was really hoping he would do something. I'm not just going to play my Legion War Boss into this. I would rather play the Leonin War Leader and make him deal with that. Yeah, we can rebound Crag here. Getting a lot of land. Oh no, not concede. Let's undo. Let's go ahead and swing first. Maybe we can get him to do something about this Thorn Lieutenant. Like, I'm almost content with just sitting here passing the turn. But then he's just going to Chemistry Insight and get ahead of us. So let's see if we can make him use his mana so he doesn't get a free turn to Chemistry's Insight. Looks like he's just going to Chemistry's Insight anyway. Okay. Alright. To be all at once, what? First, save your guys, make him answer your dude before... that's kind of the plan. The only reason I went with this one is because it's a 4/4 body and gets around Deafening Clarion a little bit. I'm going to start bringing these tap lands in. Probably going to just swing straight into this Settle. Yeah, let's do that. Just swing straight into Settle. If he wants to settle, then we'll get all these additional lands, which will just kind of ramp us into a bigger March of the Multitude. So let's get a red, a green, and a white. And what do you say, another white? There we go. Alright, so that's a ton of ramp. I don't think it's worth it to just leave War Boss out there right now. So I'm not going to do that. Yeah, Kruphix is here, man. Okay, so War Boss is not horrible here. I mean, March of the Multitudes could become quite good. Alright. It does attack. So I think at the end of his turn, we March of the Multitudes. And then we're looking at maybe swinging with a Flower to Flourish. Seeing what happens off of that. Flashing back Chemistry's Insight. Like, is he digging for an answer to this? I mean, Legion War Boss can do some work here. Alright, I am going to go for it. I am going to go for the March of the Multitudes. I know it could be bigger, but we're gonna just go for 4. Alright, so he is going to do some countering. Syncopate for 1. Alright, alright. Okay. Can we resolve this? Like, does this happen? I kind of think I have to try it. Resolve. Please resolve. Come on. If we resolve this, I'm like never turning this Legion War Boss sideways. When you're not busy having to make plays, answer the last half of the comment if you can. It would be helpful to know. First save your guys, make them answer you do. With donating $16, get you a deck played, or does it? You want a deck played, Madness? Yeah, buddy. Sure. It's perfect. Go for it. Here we go. I'm still not turning my war ball sideways. Just not gonna do it. Now I will keep doing this, but he's gonna have to answer that war balls. Settles fine. I mean, just thinning the deck out seems pretty good to me. Does this happen? Like, we get away with this? I'll try it. I'll try it. I ain't scared. So now he has to answer this, and has to answer the one that's on the battlefield. Like, Legion War Boss is so good. It's just army in a can. No, you're good. You're good, Madness. Be informed. You still paid for a December deck, so post your deck over on the Patreon. I mean, you don't have to be a... oh, man, I wish this was sorcery. You don't have to be a subscriber or a member anymore to do that. But anyway, post your December deck. We're going to be playing those. Kind of holiday times was fun, so... Alright, well... we're getting in. I guess we just keep playing land. Are you Pabs? Are you Pabs, Jack? What's up, man? Well, yeah, this is your list. This is your list, sir. Man, I would love... whatever. I would love to like pull a Tristani or something like that off the top. Tristani would be great. That's okay too. I mean, he's got to counter this. The Divine Visitation is definitely putting a bit of a hurting on the opponent. Alright. Of course you're Pabs. Alright. Okay. Of course you are. Anyway, yeah. Be informed. Make sure that you do post your deck over there, man. Because you paid for a December deck. Man, I would love to have like some that's not horrible. Can you counter this? I mean, like, this is also a must counter at this point. Like, once Divine Visitation comes down, everything has to be dealt with. And he extends so many of our... He extend our deck out so much that this is kind of okay. It's like whatever. What is the opponent doing? Digging to find an answer here. Oh man, this is a big explosion. What is this for? 4? 5? Draw 5 cards. That's pretty mean. 5 cards could be enough for him to deal with this. This is why you love this deck. Game 1? Yeah, game 1. Technically it's game 2. I was crushing an Esper deck when I first started the stream up. I've been doing some tuning and stuff to the deck, or to the stream, and I was doing some practice over on Twitch and just never changed everything back over. So I was trying to do some arena content on Twitch, and I had to play around with some settings and get some numbers up. But all in all, like what happened? Oh man, this is not what we want. This is not what we want. Yeah, we need something huge. March of the Multitudes to resolve would be just... Man, I wish I had a march like right now. Just make a million. March of the Multitudes is Entreat the Angels right now, so... This deck probably has too many lands. I think that with the Flower to Flourish that you could probably drop 2 more lands and add 2 more Flower to Flourish, taking you down to 23. I wouldn't get rid of my mountains because you have like barely enough red sources to consistently hit your... Sure. To consistently hit your you know, Legion Warboss on 3, so... Alright, there's an Ionize. Because these things is happening. Maybe worth it to just thin the deck. Maybe I'm just being greedy hanging on to this flower. I mean, he's just drawing a ton of cards, so... March of the Multitudes would be great, but I'm highly doubting he taps out again. Yeah, Kruphix's deck had like 62 cards, and then... I was looking at Jeff's deck, or Magic Cafe's deck, and it only had like 48, 49 cards in it. So, like, I don't know. Like, sometimes you guys send decks that are a little off the beaten path. Oh man, come on, what are you doing to me, opponent? What is this? Niv-Mizzet? No, it's not Niv-Mizzet. There's white mana in this. Just this huge expansion explosion. Expansion for 1 million. Fight with fire. Alright. Well, that's a thing. Copied. GG opponent. Right, like, I was thinking about that, like, do we thin the deck even more? But, I mean, look how many lands we had on the battlefield. Like, the deck was pretty thin as is. I think I can get rid of a Plains on a sideboard. Like, I think that I can just sideboard out a couple cards, a couple lands, and I'm going to pick Plains. I mean, you got 5 forests, 7 plains, and 2 mountains. Happy New Year to all of you guys and gals. May 2019 bring you many F&M wins and chase rares, and may it be better than 2018. Well said, Madness, and I guess you got me on Facebook, right? Just hit me up on Facebook of what you want run, and this will be the last donation bonus deck of the year. We're gonna do something new with the Stream Boss coming the next year. So 2018 isn't hard to beat. Alright, I want more threats in the deck. So since he's a control deck, I'm bringing in just like all the threats. I'm taking out pretty much all of my control, which may seem a little bit bad, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to take out the Flower to Flourishes, and I'm even going to cut a March of the Multitudes. And then we'll take out the Deafening Clarion and one more Conclave Tribunal. And just, yeah. I'm going to try it like this. This could be wrong. This could be a horrible way to sideboard this. Cutting lands down and taking out Flower to Flourish could just be wrong, but yeah. Madness is like, I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back. Oh no, no. All right, that's usable. It's slow, but it's usable. We'll find green mana. C. We'll find green mana. All right. Sacred Foundry, tap, pass. Should take out the Clarions and keep in Marches. I took out Clarion. I only cut one March. March is a good card, but it's a little bit slow. So, if anything, like Deafening Clarion might not be the way to go. Like maybe the deck needs more expedient turn or more like fast turns, early cards and stuff like that. I know I brought in a lot of 5-drops, so we will see. Maybe I should have just played Night of Autumn right there. Let's see if we can make some dudes. I mean, our opponent's a little bit land screwed, so if I can start crashing in as early as possible here, then that's going to be great. Lee Penrose, long time no see. All the best to me and my family. Well, thank you, Lee. That's very nice, sir. He probably has a counterspell here. He probably got the Essence Scatter or something. I've got to risk it. You know, risk it for the biscuit. So we're gonna try to hit. Holy crap! It happened. All right. So we're just gonna start getting in for as much as possible, and then just try to get our opponent on his land screw. Lands and spells. Lands and spells. Well, that was when they get land screwed. It's not a long game. All right. So what do we do on the draw? Do we do anything different? Let's say I don't expect to keep enough things on the battlefield to make Venerated Loxodon a monster. Let's bring in the early Remorseful Clerics as more creatures. I mean, plus if I like sack this and get rid of a couple, you know, Chemist's Insights, that might not be that bad. So, right? He can't handle it. It's too much. It's just too much. Still not a bad hand. At least we have a curve. I may be playing Night of Autumn as a 4/3. We'll see. We will see. We can start with that Sacred Foundry. Down to 23 lands, and we're still pulling lands like it's cool. Have you guys been playing around with the algorithm on Arena and toying with that? Because I have, and I've been doing pretty good with mono blue, and I'm down to 19 lands in that thing, and I'm thinking about cutting another. Like, we could wait one more turn, start trying to play, like, Leon and War Leader. I mean, that would be the turn that he wants to get off his Chemist's Insight. Let's try it. And then if we hit another land after that, we can get into Tristani. I kind of want to, like, just hang on to this as a removal spell and just kind of ignore it as a creature. Because I'm expecting some kind of enchantment-based removal. And we did hit the land, so let's start casting spells. Here we go. This plays around Deafening Clarion really well, so. Speaking of Arena, you tried a direct challenge a few of yous on Arena Saturday. Well, you have to know their exact name and number on Arena. Like, I'm Sideboard MTG, or Sideboard Arena, but I'm Sideboard Arena, like, hashtag 1987, I don't know, something. Let's try this Tristani. Tristani will be fine here, because if he wants to settle, then we still get 3 more lands. And, yeah, like, I'm okay with this. So he's just gonna take the hit. Okay. So something Deafening Clarion-ish copied, which would be fine with me. I mean, if he taps out for Cleansing Nova, that's not bad. So tapping out for Cleansing Nova here means that I want to bring in Watley, but it may be the best time to actually get down for our Lyra. However, Lyra would only require 1 card to remove, right? So I think Watley is the way to go. If he's got a Spell Pierce, then he's got a Spell Pierce. I'm not going to play around it, but I'm just going to start making dinos, make him deal with Watley, and then go from there. Oh! Did I miss a land drop? I think I missed a land drop. I don't think it matters, but I think I missed a land drop on turn 6 there. Later on, send you your info on Facebook. Next time you're over there, you'll send. Okay. I'll have to also be online at the same time. Like, that's how that would work. I mean, we're definitely swinging it to Fairy here, right? Is it worth it to Thorn Lieutenant now? Or, like, do we just sit back and ride on what we've got? I mean, we got a Watley at 3 that is basically, like, virtually indestructible at this point. Yeah. Alright, so we're just going to keep making dudes with Watley. That is her job. That is what she's here for. We're going to try to get into combat and see if we can turn these 3 creatures into 3 more lands. Into the beta before releasing it as a polished game. Like telling you when your friends are online. Yeah. I kind of wish Arena had something like that, like a friends list. They definitely need some social aspect of it. I mean, I've said it many times in the past that, you know, like, they're wanting an MMO-style commitment from this game. Yes, it's $5 a month to sponsor, and like $4.99 a month. It's like a Twitch subscription. It's the same thing. You just gotta join on. Here, let me swing real quick. You just have to join on YouTube Gaming. That's where the join button's at. I think when I get to 50,000 subscribers, I get a join button just actually on the channel itself. But if you guys want to help support the channel, that's a great way to do it. You get the sponsorship, you get all the emotes, you get the new little icons with the different colors there. I really want to shoot this Vivian out and just see what happens. I mean, I could probably get further into the game by not playing Vivian here, but oh my goodness, it happened. Oh, how do you lose this game? Like, I'm a little bit curious. Like, is it possible to lose from here? I mean, he's got 4 cards in hand. He's going to need a miracle. Or like a River's Rebuke. River's Rebuke would be really good. Alright, so he's going to Expansion Explosion Watley for 4. Draw 4 cards. Now he's got to deal with Vivian. Woohoo! Tokens! What's up, Rocker? How you doing, buddy? Look at Rocker with the gold tag. I didn't realize you had a gold tag. Man, you've been here for a while, buddy. I think the... Oh, no! Whatever. Whatever. Star of Extinction. What a thing. Alright, so we're going to go land Thorn Lieutenant. Thorn Lieutenant. Pass. So, I mean, he might have... Like, I was hoping to hang on to the Thorn Lieutenant, still had like 6 lands open, but Wrench is better than gold any day. I wish that I could get my moderators, the emojis and that type of stuff, but I can't. Well, apparently with a Star of Extinction, we might be able to lose. Like, I mean, I had to ask, right? I had to ask. But he's got to answer both of these Thorn Lieutenants right now. So, because I've got the mana on the battlefield to activate them. And I don't see a reason to swing with both of them at once. Oh my goodness, Fight with Fire. He's pinging them both, and he's pinging me. 3 damage to each of them, and the rest comes to me. I am going to... We're going to pay... We're going to pay... Oh no! I don't have the white! I need double white. Butchered that. I didn't think about it. So that was a punt on my part last turn by leaving up the red source and not the additional white source, since I didn't need white to cast Thorn Lieutenant. That was my shot. Alright, well, here we go. Quick march, no! Yeah, it went bad there, right? It went bad. What? He's going to invoke the divine and gain 4 life. Brutal. Brutal, sir. Brutal. Alright. See if we can get in for 2. Let's go for Lyra. Got a counterspell? Can you stop at the Lyra? Chemist's Insight, digging for an answer. We'll find out. Come on, Madness. I get it. You're upset. Did we have the win there? Yeah, we would have had the win if I hadn't have butchered it with tapping the wrong mana. We would have had 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we would have been able to make 3. We had 2. No, he was at 6. He would have been at 1. So at this point, he gained 4 life. He would have been back to 5. So yeah, I mean, maybe we had the win there. Then he would have had to sweep the board with like a Clarion or something. But he was tapped out. He would have went to 1. Then he had to have an answer like very next turn. Mr. Is It Viceroy? There goes Lyra. I think I'd definitely kill Ral here though, unless he. This is a deafening Clarion. We don't get an opportunity. He's gonna clean everything up. This seems decent. Remind you of the mummy boss on the Fantastic Four PS2 game. Doesn't die even though you keep punching it. Just doesn't die. Well. Yep. One of the best decks in the format. Remorseful Cleric. I think I'm just gonna pass here on the Remorseful Cleric. The deck is really fun to play, and against a ton of decks, it wouldn't even be a question. This deck would just like laugh at their entire strategies. Control is pretty much the only thing that can keep the deck under control, if you would. So the goal here is at end of turn, I'm going to try this March of the Multitudes. The deck actually seems to be a very bad March of the Multitudes deck. You just don't have enough early mana producers. Gain the 4... Oh, come on, Rush. I need to gain 4 life. Gain 4 life would mean that I didn't die to a Fiery Cannonade copy, though, right? Yeah, I like the deck. I like this. I like this deck, and I like the version that Zaxidillo built a while back that we played. They were. It was just really powerful. It's these decks are one of the times in Magic where you're just like just doing all kinds of things. So like, and a lot of times you just don't care what the opponent's doing because like you're just so much more powerful. The power level on this deck is definitely through the roof, but unfortunately, sticking power is not exactly there. So do I swing it at Ral, or do I swing at him? I'm going to swing at him. And then I'm going to try to play this Knight of Autumn. Two 1/1 counters. At this point, gaining life is not going to put me back to where I need to be. I mean, I'm dead to a copied fight with fire anyway, so. And he's going to keep digging. So, which tells me he's got Settle the Wreckage in hand to answer this Knight. Like, when Divine Visitation was first spoiled, a lot of us were like playing around with different ways to make it work. And like the one thing that we all came up with, you know, as kind of a collective was you really want to make sure that you have token producers that can produce the turn that your Divine Visitation comes down, and this deck definitely you know, fits that criteria. So what we need to do is we need this to resolve, and then him not have a Settle the Wreckage. For 20, Primal Amulet, land, and Nexus combo got him there. You laughed and laughed. You love those moments. Like when you say they fight with Firedew for 20. Oh, because of the Primal Amulet land. Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, this deck does it by Expansion Explosion. I'm going to try it again. Here we go. I don't know if tapping completely out is good, but I mean, if he can syncopate me for anything, syncopate me for a million. I mean, copied fight with fire is it's a fun way to win. Wow, flashing back Chemist's Insight again. And then Ionize. Yes, yes you did, opponent. You did do that. Alright, sweet. Well, we actually have enough mana to be able to do some things. Problem is Ral Izzet Viceroy can ping something for 16 points of damage. That's a lot. That is a lot. And he's just digging. He is not worried about us. We have lost this game. We just don't know we're dead yet. Lost it. Kicked. All at me. Woof. Woof. I mean, +4/+4 puts me out of double Clarion range. He scoops. He scoops to the +4/+4. Ladies and gentlemen, we got there. We got there. What a long, drawn-out... Oh, what a game. I didn't have an answer to it. Like, I figured he wanted to copy his Deafening Clarion. But, again, +4/+4. Yeah. If he copied it right there, wouldn't his copy go off before my +4/+4, therefore killing my dude, wasting my... Man, he would have had that. He would have had that. So he just didn't have the copy spell in hand. At one point I said, how can we possibly lose from here? And then, like, Star of Extinction showed me just how fragile we really were. Am I going to run that Assassin's Tribal deck at some time? Sometime? Yes. That is on the docket for tomorrow night. We run Dev's decks Mondays, Wednesdays, and sometimes, like, if he puts out a third deck that week, like, we'll squeeze the extra one in. But Dev's decks are on Mondays and Wednesdays. Trying to solidify the schedule a little bit more. I know that I put out, like, some ranging content, and some people want to watch this stuff. Some people want to watch Dev's decks, and some people want to watch, me goof off on Arena. I don't know why, but whatever, I'm going to try to put a little more solidity to the schedule. So we're going to be trying to have a little, like, that doesn't work really well, because if Dev's late on, like, when he comes out, when I say late, but he normally brings his out the same times every week anyway. But if Dev doesn't put out a deck that particular time, then we'll just change the content a little bit. But for the most part, we're going to try to run Dev's decks on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then if we need to make up an extra day, we'll go from there. So want to see how it plays? You'll definitely watch. Well, no problem, Gray Fox. I'm glad that you found out about the community, and we've been running Dev's decks for about a year now, and it's been a lot of fun. So I've gotten some mixed feedback, but for the most part, people like to see the decks get played. So, and if anything, maybe we'll hold our favorite deck builder to a little bit higher standard, because he knows these decks are going to get played, and you'll think about those cards a little bit more. But Dev also plays around some other things. Like he likes to build on a budget, and that puts some restrictions on your deck building. So there's room for everything there, and yeah, I like running Dev's deck. So we're going to play it. I was going to try to go back and play all of his 5 Pauper decks, but I'm missing like a ton of the cards for him, and I'm not spending all my wild cards grabbing those Pauper decks. But if you guys are playing the event, like the arena event, to try to get your Firemind's research and stuff, please go check out my wife's deck. She made a deck that we've currently gotten 9 wins, 9 5-1 or better. I think at least 3 or 4 of them are 5-0s. But I've got the cards on my account. She's got the Firemind's research on her account, that sort of thing. So you're looking forward to seeing the Assassin's gameplay. You already have your notes ready to write down my suggested improvements. Okay, we'll definitely check it out. We're gonna have some fun with the Dev's deck. For right now, though, I want to go talk about this particular deck just a little bit more. I'm not gonna talk about the sideboard at all. I don't think Remorseful Cleric really needs to be in the deck, but that's where I'm going to leave my sideboard comments. As far as the main deck goes, I don't think this is a 4 March of the Multitudes deck. I think March of the Multitudes is really good, and in certain decks, it's just back-breaking, game-ending, it's over. However, in this particular deck, I don't think that March of the Multitudes needs to be a 4 of. I think the deck needs more cards like Legion's Landing. Legion's Landing is a good cheap 1 mana way to make a token, and then you get into more tokens as you get further down the line with your Sapperling Migration, swinging with your Legion War Boss, and that sort of thing. As far as the mana base goes, I think if we cut that 1 March of the Multitudes and we cut 2 Plains, I would actually like to run the utility land, Memorial. Did I spell that right? Probably not. Probably didn't spell it right. My spelling's so horrible. But apparently I spelled it right. So anyway, I think Memorial is the card that you would want in here. You might have enough room to just cut and go down to like 24 lands, period. But I think you want a couple copies of Memorial. Right, like just having a little bit of extra utility in the mana base seems like that's going to be really good. As far as that goes, I would add another Legion's Landing or two to the deck, and then probably a Flower to Flourish. Like, as I cut down on the lands, like, you could probably cut one more forest, add an extra Flower to Flourish, and then a couple extra Legion's Landing, and you still got room for one more card in the main board. And you know, that I would say you want that somewhere on the lower end of the curve. Like, I don't think that you want to add another 4-drop to the deck, especially not another 5-drop or beyond. But something else lower on the curve that could produce tokens, things like that. That would be ideal. And then, all in all, though, I really like this deck, and like I've been wanting to play with these Naya tokens builds a little bit more myself. I'm not for sure what that last card you would really want in the deck is. It could just be some sort of control, maybe even, you know, a couple lava coils or something like that. I think the deck's got room for some lava coils in the deck. You may or may not even want Legion's Landing. I mean, Deafening Clarion in the main board. Now, if you are playing like the main 60 on Arena and you're playing in Ranked and stuff, you're going to want to bring your main board wipes in. But that's only if you're doing like best of ones and stuff like that. So, I mean, if you did this, I'm thinking that you're probably looking at something along the lines of like something like this. Let me pull up this lava coil real quick. Lava coil, lava coil, lava coil. I would probably run something along these lines. Yeah, I mean, Tajik doesn't really fit the theme really well. There's a lot of Deafening Clarions running around, and just having those answers to Deafening Clarion, because the deck loses hard to Deafening Clarion. So, I just got the ding right there, Madness. Appreciate it, buddy. We'll get on that as I'm running the Patreon decks this week. So, all right. So, like, yeah, I would probably do something like this. I think this deck would probably kind of have some problems running into some major Drakes or something like that. So if you do have like a lot of Drakes and stuff, then Lava Coil is going to be perfect for you. Watley should be main board. That's possible, but what other 5-drop would you take out for Watley? I don't really think that, you know, the deck has a lot of room for additional 4 and 5 drops. You don't want to break the curve that much, because there's a lot of like aggro decks out there that can have you dead by turn 5, and then Watley's not doing you any good in that particular situation. So, I mean, the Johnny Pridemate decks and stuff like that, they can kill you really quick, and there's a lot of people playing those. I mean, those White Weenie decks are really fun. So, you need to look up this deck list. Watch me play it some. Well, I want to see someone else pilot it. See what oh, okay. You're talking about the Assassin's deck, Gray Fox. Well, we're going to be playing that tomorrow. So, like, hopefully we'll have some fun with it. She gains life, though. Why do you need to gain life? Like, you're creating you have complete blockage of the battlefield. Like, you are a little bit weak to flyers, but like, I don't think you really need to be gaining a lot of life. There's just no necessity to it. If you run into a lot of control and you are having problems with control, it might be worth it to put a couple Dawn of Hope in the deck. I think this deck would work really well with Dawn of Hope. It's a very slow card, but when you're doing that grind, like we were right then versus that guy, we would have loved to have had a Dawn of Hope, right? So, touché, mon frère. I can't do French, so. Johnny's Pridemate. Are we talking about Soul Sisters? No. Johnny's Pridemate's like it was in the second place deck at Worlds, man. Like, or at the Pro Tour for this season. So I mean, like the card's good, and it outgrows a lot of the other mono white list. So the card's not bad. Like, we're getting Pridemates in Standard. I don't know where you've been, Kruphix, but anyway, let's go talk about some Boros watermarks. All right. So, Kruphix, I know you were really specific about the lands need to have watermarks, right? I looked. I cannot purchase the lands with watermarks. I looked, and I just couldn't find them. So, we're going to go for full art lands, all right, man? But everything else we should have watermarks on. We've got the Boros watermark here on Goblin Banneret, which I have won games just straight off of Goblin Banneret and Swiftblade Vindicator. Just putting additional counters on. Like if our opponent can't answer them in the first couple turns, Goblin Banneret will turn Swiftblade Vindicator into an absolute powerhouse for a cheap amount of mana. I mean, the fact that this is +2/+0 is huge. I mean, that means that on turn 2, even if you don't add anything else to the battlefield, you can swing for 3 on 2. That's pretty good. On turn 3, you can swing for 3 from this guy, plus an additional 4 from a Swiftblade Vindicator if you did give up the 2 points of damage on turn 2, meaning that you get to make up that damage a ton. These 2 cards alone must be answered if they come out on curve, and that part alone is really, really sweet. But we've got more than that. We've got Boros Challengers, which is another form of mentor, and we can also, late game use our mana to pump this guy up, get a lot of resource out of this. Just being able to do something with our mana in the late game is really good if we are going to go into those long, drawn-out fights. For that reason, though, I actually don't mind the other one, was a champion or something like that. The one that has the ability to just pay mana and deal 3 damage. I don't mind that card in here. Justice Strike, just a really good, solid, control spell or answers to cards like Lyra and Doom Whisperer, those sort of things, which is terrific. You kind of just have to have those answers. It doesn't answer some of the stranger creatures that get a lot of play in the format right now. I mean, it's a fair answer to Niv Mizzet, but if you're running up against someone running the Birds deck or something like that, and they actually have the 5/1 wizard that produces a lot of the 5/1 wizard that produces a lot of birds, Murmuring Mystic. This doesn't do much against like Murmuring Mystic, but you do have Deafening Clarions to clean up all the waste from Murmuring Mystic. Legion Warboss, we've seen this card in the last deck where it can just absolutely just continue to run away with the game. Requires an answer, otherwise just start spitting out a board over the next couple turns. And then we've got Tajik, which is another form of mentor where we can pump up some of our other creatures, allowing us to continue hitting in for a ton of damage. And then we've got Aurelia for the exact same thing. Aurelia kind of works as a pump spell, helping us make some of our certain mentor creatures into even bigger creatures so that we can use those to mentor other creatures, which will then be able to mentor other creatures and kind of go crazy from there. We do have Truefire Captain in the deck as a 4-of. Personally don't like this card. I have tried to play around with this card quite a few times, seeing if I can make exactly what you guys in chat are talking about. Chrono Magnus says, for fun, Star of Extinction with Truefire Captain. Yes, I have tried to make that work. Sadly, it's really bad. It's really, really bad. I'm going to kill my own board. Yeah. Oh, okay, and whatever. Why no Star of Extinction? I doubt Star of Extinction, considering it's from Ixalan, has a Boros watermark, and that is the goal behind this deck. Is everything in the main deck was supposed to have a Boros watermark. It's just a fun restriction to put on your deck building, having a little bit of fun with it. So, that's kind of the thing. Light of the Legion. Kind of the top end and the main reason we have to have like 24 lands in the deck. As far as sideboard cards go, because this deck's very aggressive, I actually took 2 Deafening Clarions out of the main board, put those into the sideboard. There was no sideboard whatsoever. It was a 62 card deck, so I cut 2 Deafening Clarions from the main, moved those to the side. Kruphix, if you don't like that, then let me know and we'll do something else. But I think that we can just bring in the Deafening Clarions and the decks we need it, and then we'll be alright on the other decks. As far as other sideboard cards went, I went with a little something to give us some draw, and then I went with some Lava Coils because I think Lava Coils are really important against the Drake stack. Against the White Weenie decks, I just want a little bit of additional removal, so I went with some Shocks. And then the other card, when I'm trying to play against the early aggressive decks, having cards like Integrity available to me, or even Intervention, allowing me to lightning helix someone and gain 3 life and deal 3 damage to any target is also really good. So even when you're paying 4 mana for it, I mean, it's not bad. So I got some removal here, removal for different decks. Against control decks, we're pretty much just going to keep trying to slam creatures onto the battlefield and get that opening. And the only thing we're really bringing in is going to be the Mentor of the Meek, that sort of thing. Maybe some shocks to help, you know, move things along. But that's the sideboard I've put together. There's probably a lot of different cards you could run. I kind of built this sideboard really hastily and out of cards I currently had. So we ended up with Shocks, Lava Coil, Deafening Clarion, Mentor of the Meek, and some Integrities. Integrity works really well in the Mentor theme. So right, yeah. So that's the thing on the sideboard. The sideboard's not, you know, Boros. Boros watermarks. Like, that's where you get out of the watermarks. But all in all, the sideboard is just kind of, you know, streamlined to give us a couple decent options, and that's about it. Against like a control deck, we might just take out 4 and just kind of run from there. But let's go play it. Let's go have some fun with it, right? By the way, fellas, I think you said this before, but Transmogrifying Wand is OP against Drakes, Niv, and anything pesky. Yeah. Transmogrifying Wand is definitely a piece of tech. It is definitely a piece of tech, and when you're worried about a lot of Niv-Mizzets, that's we're gonna play against this Esper deck. This is a deck I was playing against earlier. We're gonna play against this. He had Esper earlier when I was streaming on Twitch. So, oh, I think it's time for another lozenge. I've been so stuffy the past couple days, so yeah, I'm like, we got no curled mustache, no nothing tonight. It's pouring rain. I was like, I ain't dealing with it. We're just gonna go have some fun. We're gonna play some Magic, and we're gonna kind of go from there. And it's not leaving there until it rotates. as long as Niv-Mizzet is around, I am running Transmogrifying Wand. That's okay. I mean, it's a solid answer, especially since, like, you can use it the turn that it comes down for, like, what, 3, 4 mana? Was it cost 3 and then 1 more to activate? So 4 mana answer to Niv-Mizzet. That's clean. I mean, okay, so it's not like the cleanest thing in the world, because they get the 1 2/4, you know, they get a 2/4 Ox token, but yeah, like, I will give them a 2/4 Ox token instead of a Niv-Mizzet all day long. We can deal with that Ox at some point. I'm sure if you play it enough, eventually somebody's going to beat you to death with your own with the Ox, but that's a risk I'd be willing to take, man. Now, if that also dealt with Carnage Tyrant, that'd be pretty good. I mean, you can make it deal with Carnage Tyrant for 6 mana. Like, you just, you know, tap your detection tower and a mana, and then play it and tap it and turn Carnage Tyrant into an Ox. It stifles his triggers. It does stifle his triggers. Yeah, like getting rid of a Niv-Mizzet's a pretty big deal. So, King Leo, hello, Mr. Leo, Leo the King, King Leo. See? Alright. Died your own Oxes? It happens. It happens. What colors were you in? Like, I think Transmogrifying Wand's really good in a deck that doesn't have a lot of clean answers for Niv-Mizzet, but I think that if you've got a good clean answer for Niv-Mizzet, then you don't need Transmogrifying Wand, but Transmogrifying Wand's a really clean answer. So, oh, your Jund deck. Gotcha. I'm gonna have to refill the coffee cup. King Leo, sir, it is time to play Magic. It is your priority. You need to accept. Goodbye, Mr. Leo. Goodbye. We'll go play with someone else. Alright, so I'm just going to host a new match here. The wand is a funny card to use. It is. Transmogrifying wand. Poof. I think it should have turned them into sheep. Like, or goats instead of ox. Like, it would have been funny. I'm going to sheep that opponent. Whoa. Wow. 2 land, and man, I would have kept this hand. Oh, I would have kept this hand. Ouch. It gets worse. Alright, here we go. Yeah, that's not bad. We can keep that on top. Matty White. Matty White? Matty White? Uh-oh. He's a mono blue. Is he mono blue or is he Drake's? Tyler Carr, how are you doing tonight, sir? I'm doing great myself. Yeah, I'm going to pay for this. I'm either paying for it now or I'm paying for it next turn. So, yeah. Cast down on the banneret. He can't take it. He ain't going to take it. It's just too much. And that was on his turn. Like, he didn't even do that on my turn. Like, wouldn't you want to, like, cast down when I enter combat? And see if, like, whatever. And see if I pumped or something like that? I doubt you missed a whole lot, Jack, but it was a really fun deck, man, and I'm glad you got the votes, and I'm glad everyone else liked the deck. It was a lot of fun, so thanks for posting it. All right, so we get rid of a land here. That doesn't like break the old heart that much. I guess we can just play the plains. I mean, we still get to swing in. And then we'll just swing with everything. We'll put our mentor triggers on and just keep having a jolly good old time. Later, broski. What? He has to get rid of a Legion War Boss. We can do it for 6 this turn. That puts him at 10, right? But we don't add anything else to the battlefield except for a dude, like except for a counter. It's a good hit though. Like, I'll leave it to you guys. Would you rather play the Goblin Banneret and get set up for a bigger turn next turn? Or would you rather play the, just pump Boros Challenger and hit for 6 right now? No, because Twitch doesn't do that. I'm going to pump. I'm going to pump and just take the 6 damage while I have it. I mean, that gives me another 3/3, which means I'm now playing around Moment of Craving, which may or may not be a thing. Mentor this turn. Right, yeah. Right, making Challenger bigger. I can't make Challenger bigger. Like, that would be next turn. That would be the play for next turn, just to make Challenger bigger. Yeah, I'll get rid of this. We need to play everything in our... Oh man, this is sweet. Play it so you don't have to discard it, possibly. Okay. Oh, to a surveil trigger. Okay, I got you. That would have been a good play too, to make sure you didn't have to worry about surveil and replay. But at that point, like, if he spent his turn, sure. He's tapped out. This seems fine. Alright. So I probably want Mentor to make. Probably want Shock. I don't think we're going to get opportunity for Chance for Glory or Deafening Clarion. I didn't see any reason to bring in the Lava Coils, but there could definitely be reasons to bring in Lava Coils in the sideboard. Like he may bring in the Thief of Sanity, and we might want some answer for that. We do have some Shocks to help answer the Thief. We can answer the Thief with some Justice Strikes, that sort of thing. But I'm going to be cutting back on a couple Justice Strikes, and that's going to be my cuts. I'm going to run it like this. Getting that early scoop. Hell, the Legion. There you go. The Legion of Boros. Oh man, what a horrible, horrible hand. This doesn't actually do anything. This is a bad hand. We can't keep. I mean, yes, we could cast True Fire Captain, but then he just casts. Yeah, this is a little better. Oh yeah, I'll keep that on top. That seems fine. It's a nifty deck. It's Boros Mentor. Like, the deck is... It's not bad. It's not bad, Boros. And Boros is like, I like me some Boros. Alright, so we're just going to get our Swiftblade Vindicator down. I wish this guy had Trample. It'd be so good. So, he needs... Our opponent, there he goes. So if I get Tajik, you know what? I think this is the better answer. Legion Warboss. Because we produce a token this turn. Now, Tajik would have hit for 3, right? But if we look at next turn, we get to Tajik a +1/+1 counter onto the Legion Warboss. Legion Warboss +1/+1 counters on a Goblin. So we'll have a 1/1 Goblin, a 2/2 Goblin, and we'll have a 1/1 Goblin and a Tajik. Yeah, let's go ahead and Tajik. Yeah, we just cancel everything that I was just talking about setting up for, and just move on into swinging for 5 per turn. The dream sounded good. Yeah, it did, right? Oh, no! No! Not the Golden Demise. He's still got 5 cards in hand. I'd like to see him use some different cards. I'd like to see him use a little bit more of his removal before we actually started. Like, I want to see that Vraska's Contempt come out of his hand before I throw down my Aurelia. Aurelia might have been the better play, but I'm expecting... Alright, well, here we go. Aurelia it is. I wish this gave haste. Trample and Vigilance is nice, but haste would be better. Sure. Yeah, there's that Contempt I was talking about. Okay. Yeah, I really wanted to see that Contempt before I played that Aurelia, but we can wait. Magic Christmas Land was so close. I think I can get rid of Justice Strike here. I mean, he might just follow up with a Doom Whisper, and then I'm gonna, like, regret it severely. Boom, boom. Tajik off the top would be decent. You think this deck would be cool with 2 Fire Song and Sunspeaker in it? Why? Like, does this deck have enough instants and sorceries to really fire off Fire Song? Like, I don't think that it does, but it might. Fly 5 Mentor. It puts counters on things when it dies. Has to die. That means he can't, like, contempt it. He's hurting on mana. Oh, no. He actually got my shock away from me. Yep. Bam. He drew a card, but he's taking a punch. Legion Warboss would have been so good right there. Tajik would have been good, making a 4 or something. Tajik 4/3 would have been good. Maybe there aren't enough spells for it to be worth it. Yeah, I think with Fire Song Sunspeaker, you need some number of spells to make it really good. But ooh, Sinister Sabotage, which means he's just going to take 5. Boy, the rain is pouring down. I mean, it is coming a flood out there, guys. It has a watermark. This has a watermark. Good night, Rush. Be safe out there on the roads, man. Don't forget to send your deck to the Patreon, Rush. Like, just get it in at some point this week and we'll get it played. I'm going to try to do all that this year. Lightning Collector. Oh, God. Come on! Alright. So he kills this with something. And then we top deck Tajik for the win. Right? That's where it's going to be. What's up, Weldon? We're just having a good time here, playing against some random people here on MTGO, playing a couple community decks, and winning. We're Charlie Sheening up in here. Winning. Got that tiger's blood. Hold on, man. I gotta recover from my last statement. Charlie Sheen. Oh my goodness. Rush's plan is to leave before we play Control. Yeah. Alright, so the main idea of this deck was it was a watermark deck. The entire main board can have watermarks in it. A lot of you guys might look at the list and you're like, hey, why did we not have, you know, the other lands? They don't have watermarks. Now, on MTGO, I couldn't get the watermark lands, but in paper, you could get the watermark lands, and it was a lot of fun. So, look up Figgy this, what? Charlie Sheen? I'll check it out later. I'll check it out later, man. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will forever be a meme. Just etched into my generation's like heritage, I guess. I don't know. Just Charlie Sheen, right? But then again, you know, if you're a young man, so is Pamela Anderson. So anyway, how would I build this deck differently? I would cut the restriction of watermarks and then like go ham. This is probably about the best way you can do it for watermarks. I am a little bit curious about... No, it can't have a... Heroic Intervention come out long before... It wasn't even in Ravnica, so... Heroic Intervention doesn't have watermarks, so yeah. Oh, some auto-tune stuff. Okay, cool. Yeah, it was watermark Boros. Every card in the main board has a watermark on it. The watermark's the little fist power there, the Boros Legion's power. The Power Pal. Anyway, so yeah, pretty cool deck. I had a lot of fun with it. We got to do some crazy stuff. We had some explosive turns. If I was cutting anything, this True Fire Captain would be getting out of here, man. Like that. If I could find something else to put in here for watermarks, I would. Intervention is green, and I said heroic intervention. I was looking for heroic intervention. Is that the name? Heroic intervention. Man, you gonna make me look it up? They are very thematic. They are very thematic, Jan. Yeah, heroic intervention. Like if I could play some other card in this 4-mana slot, like if you were going to start, like just go, okay, I'm not that worried about watermarks. The big change I would make to the deck would be, like I would do this and then try it from there. All in all, though, it was a lot of fun. Like this was a cool deck. It went off for us on stream, which is always great. And since we had all of that fun, you know what time it is? You can't have a lot of fun without at least a little bit of depression, right? So we're going to try to take all of the fun allowed in a single match and keep it for ourselves. And we're going to be doing that with this basically mono white deck. We are slightly green, but we're only green to be casting March of the Multitudes. Now, this particular deck is not like the other deck where we're not really worried about March of the Multitudes off of some Convoke trigger or something like that. What we're worried about here is we want to control the game, control the game, control the game, even though we can Convoke, but we want to control the game, control the game, control the game, keep the board clean, and then finally, with a ton of mana, which could actually be from an Azor's Gateway that has been flipped, produce a huge number of creatures from March of the Multitudes, start swinging in. Every time we connect with our March of the Multitudes creatures, if we have done it off of an Azor's Gateway, we're going to gain more life, which is going to mean that the next one is going to be even bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's going to get out of hand. We can start producing some creatures based off of, like, just off of the Dawn of Hopes. Dawn of Hope and Fountain of Renewal is kind of our early game. Our early game, draw engine. We start getting this going. We're not having to do anything else. Our opponent's kind of choking a little bit or stalling through their turns. We can start making some tokens. Start, delaying the game out a little bit longer. If we're just gaining life, drawing additional cards per turn, getting into that late game, we can do that as well with Dawn of Hope. We've got Seal Aways for early removal. We've got Azor's Gateway for some card selection. And then we've got, I skipped the 3 drops. Now we do have Citywide Bust in this deck, but I'm not 100% sure that this shouldn't be Slaughter the Strong. I do know that, we don't want to have to only be left with 4 of our dudes, or maybe even 2 of our dudes if we have an Immortal Sundown or something like that. But this might need to be Slaughter the Strong. However, Citywide Bust is going to get pretty much all of the big dudes. There's just a ton of 3/4s in the meta that I would be a little bit worried about this just being dead against those. And other than that, though, we've moving on up the curve here. We've got 4 copies of Ixalan's Binding, 4 copies of Settle the Wreckage, 3 copies of Cleansing Nova, 2 Immortal Suns, Sanguine Sacrament of all cards. Not really big on this card, especially not 3 of big on it, but apparently it's got its purpose, and we'll see what happens. March of the Multitudes, our big finisher here. When we get into the sideboard, we've got some specific answers. I'm probably going to be bringing in Carnage Tyrant most matchups. We've got very few creatures in the main board, so single target removal, that sort of thing. They're probably going to remove. They're not going to have any way left to answer Carnage Tyrant. I doubt. They might. Sorcerer's Spyglass, helping us deal with Teferi, other activated abilities. Search for Azcanta, or not Search for Azcanta. Azcanta the Sunken Ruin. This will not stop Search for Azcanta, as that is a triggered ability, and Azcanta the Sunken Ruin is an activated ability. Remember, Sorcerer's Spyglass only gets activated abilities, and activated abilities are abilities that you or your opponent actually have to select to. I want to trigger this now. I want to activate this right now. and that's an activated ability. Triggered ability, something else happens, and now this ability just goes off. But activated abilities you get to choose. We've got an extra seal away. We've got Baffling In. Baffling In is a really, really good way. It triples your life total with a flip gateway. How, like, that sounds so Winmore to me. But okay. Baffling In is great against the Danto's Vanguard, right? Like, this is one of the best cards you can get against the Danto's Vanguard. Seal Away is also really good, but they play a Danto, you just Baffling In and you just move on. Invoke the Divine against, you know, other Ixalan's Bindings and Conclave Tribunals, which there are a ton of. We might want some Invokes, but we also got Knight of Autumn. Like, we may not even need Invoke the Divine, because we may just bring in 4 Knight of Autumns. And this could be a secondary win con as well. We've got Conclave Tribunal as kind of like our 5th Ixalan's Binding. We've got an additional copy of Cleansing Nova, because you may just really want to make sure that you guarantee to wipe that board. And then Sanguine Sacrament, because apparently this will triple your life total when you have a flipped Azor's Gateway on the battlefield. So that's the deck. Let's see if we can go break some hearts with this. Depression never ends. The depression never ends. You're a sad man, Zaxidillo. You're a sad man. After Allegiance. What are you guys talking about after Allegiance? What's up, Sir Elks of the Inglewood? I'm probably butchered that. It's probably something else, but whatever. We've got an Azor's Gateway. We can get into that. I kind of like this hand. This hand's not horrible. I mean, we got a Cleansing Nova. We can buy time. No point in taking additional damage. I am going to come down with a Plains on next turn so that I can get this Azor's Gateway down. And we're just going to kind of go from there. It is a legendary artifact, so no point in having the second one. I don't think most of the Izzet decks run any sort of way to deal with an artifact, so we should be okay. You like playing Naya mid-range, Ace of Traits, but Master of... Okay. Goblin Electromancer. What a thing. What a thing. Dawn of Hope. Okay, so if I wait a moment and don't play the Temple of Guard, I can play the Dawn of Hope, which is fine. Well, I don't want to take the additional damage. And then we can just wait and do this after we have more information. Like, towards the end of his turn, we'll have more information about what he's trying to do, and then we'll know, like, do I need, like, guaranteed to take another land? Is there something else I can get away with? Looks like he's going to try to go for these... okay, he's throwing away Beacon Bolt, Chart of Course. So he'll take out cards like Beacon Bolt and all that stuff in the game too. So I'm expecting him to go like Chart of Course, Tormenting Voice, Chart of Course, something like that. Get rid of some Phoenixes. Yeah, okay, there's a Tormenting Voice. Got rid of a Lava Coil. No Phoenixes in hand. This would have been a really, really good... Eccles. Eccles? Freckles? Is it like Eccles? Sir Eccles of Inglewood? Is that it? Did I do it? Eccles. It's got to be it. It's got to be Eccles. Okay. Let's go ahead and an extra cleansing note. Yeah, I'll get rid of the additional Azor's Gateway here. See, that's a settle. That's fine. Settle's going to be terrific in this matchup. Does he have a big turn next turn? I mean, can I afford to just take 2 life? Yep. He may not even swing. Bolts or less. I think it's a Phoenix stack. Oh wow. Okay, so maybe it is just pure wizards. Lightning collector. You might be onto something here. I should have used this last turn. I did not. And he didn't swing. I'll get rid of Ixalan's Binding. Okay, so the way this works is you need you need to have draw a card, then exile a card from your hand. If you have 5 or more different converted mana cost cards under it, then you do crazy stuff. So. And then, so I've got a 2 and I've got a 4. This is another 2. This is another 2. I did miss a turn on it, which may be too much. Uh-oh. Here comes the Phoenixes. There's Arclight Phoenix. Yep. Oh, land off the top, please. Pretty please. I beg of you. I beg, I beg. Wow, the ops. Ops for days. Land off the top would be terrific right now. He's on wizards. Okay, so wizards with phoenixes. Alright, that's what it is. Wizards with phoenixes. Land off the top. Oh, it's never looked so good. And I'm gonna... Oh, it's gonna be so horrible. Yeah, your citywide bus does nothing here, by the way. Hitting a citywide bus would be... The opponent said one football emoji. All right. So is it lightning? Is it lightning collector that I'm playing against here? All right, sir. We need some football emojis in chat for our opponent here. Well, we got nobody here with football emojis. Fine. All right, so there's Radical Idea. He's going to try to go after this again. Which is fine. I mean, we can deal with a Drake. Jay Clay's got us. There we go. Thanks, Jay. Crackling Drake. Did he do enough to get the arc light back as well? He did not. So he's having to, like, settle back, like, set back up. Alright, that's fine. Citywide Bust. Good against Drakes, right? But that's a 3 converted mana cost. I really want to get rid of a 3. I could get rid of a 0 and then later get rid of the 3. I'm getting rid of the 3. I could have paid 2 life right there and just killed the Crackling Drake, but we're going to wait. Like, he can't just swing into Settle, right? Playing against McFats, I have no clue. I'm playing against somebody because, like, he said one football emoji. So, I mean, he knows who he's playing against. Oh, we're getting shocked. Do you have opt? I doubt it, considering you've already opted 3 times. What do you got? Have you played a land this turn? So maybe 2, 3, 4. He's going to lava coil his own dude. I love it. I love it. He lava coiled his own Drake. And still didn't get enough to get back his Arclight Phoenix. This is wonderful. I don't know what you're doing, opponent. But that's not magic, man. Like, I cannot understand why you lava coiled that Drake. I do not know why you lava coiled that Drake. You need 3 instants and sorceries, not 3 spells cast. Oh my goodness. Yep. We're just going to take our chances. He very well could just kill us outright right now. His Drakes are coming in quite large. If he has the ability to buff them up, then I've got rid of the route is it Viceroy. So his Drakes are going to be 11s. Alright, so now you should be able to bring back your Arclight Phoenixes and such. So no swings, no Arclight. So now we're drawing 2 cards per turn, seeing a 3rd. He can still see the writing on the wall. All right, so we're gonna probably get rid of this Temple Garden here. Yeah, it seems okay. It seems okay. So we get rid of Temple Garden, and then what do we want to do after that? Play land, pass the turn. And then next turn, we're a monster. Oh, he said he thought the Lava Coil was spell 3. Okay, that makes sense. He did think that the Lava Coil was spell 3, so. Super secret tech. Is this McFats? Oh, man. Stream's going to have to give him hell on that. Just hold Nova to flip. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Like flip the land with Nova, and then at that point, like, we're in a fairly good position. Like, I think. Like, will this untap? Yeah, it untaps too, right? Untap Azor's Gateway and transform it. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do this in upkeep. Get rid of the Nova. Okay. Yeah, we can draw an additional card here. We're all right. We're doing okay now, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing okay. I mean, we can do some cleanup if we want, but it's just not necessary. This is not. I mean, I guess. I mean, what? Whatever. Oh, that's right. It costs 1 less to cast. All right, so let's just Azor's Gateway as well. Right, and then we get to cast Fountain of Renewal for free. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah. Like, I don't know. This probably just gets completely out of hand right here. Galvanic Punch. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target player. Okay. That's some super secret tech. With a jumpstart ability. I think you just want more draw spells, more cantrips. in the deck. But I do like some jumpstart cards. Bam. I mean, he's hitting me. We're taking a beating. Are we going to end the next turn with like 500 life? It ain't going to be that much, but it's going to be a lot. It is going to be a lot. Alright, so we're going to make all white mana. I'm going to make this green mana. We're going to March of the Multitudes for like 11. It's enough to be lethal. It says for 12. Oh, that's right, because it all costs 1 cheaper. And we're going to gain an additional life, and we can pay 2 to draw an additional card. Draw another card. We attack with all creatures. Produce 1,000,000. I just want to know how much life I'd be at here. $50 life. No, we don't need to draw another card. All right, so we're at 50 life, and then we've got 12 life linkers, so that's another 24. And then our opponent's dead, so it doesn't matter. But wow. 74. There we go. 74, 1,000,000. Same thing, right? Need that avatar that switches life total with your power, right? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, so Citywide Bust is probably decent against these Drakes. Seal Away is also really good against Drakes. You made it to 1,091 once. How far did we make it on stream that night? Oh my goodness. Like we were breaking it. Like 4 digits on MTGO is a little much for MTGO. It only taps for 50? That's weak. Right? So, let's say we don't want Fountain of Renewal, and I'm not that worried about Dawn of Hope. I would rather have Seal Away, Baffling In, Conclave, Tribe. I'd probably just rather have this stuff. Maybe. Maybe. Our opponent made a lot of mistakes right there, though. Make Fats. Sir, if you can hear me. Where's the reprint of Aetherflex Reservoir when you need it? Oh man, I was talking about reprints today, Barry, and there's a couple reprints out there that I really wish that, or a couple cards I just really wish they'd reprint, or at least reprint something like them. I can't think of them right now, but I was talking to a friend about them today. I was like, man, we used to be able to do this and this, and we just don't have anything. Like, for right now, there's no hardened scales type card in standard whatsoever, so there's like +1/+1 counters are kind of on the out. I mean, again, you know, spoilers and things like that. I mean, we're getting some +1/+1 counter stuff coming, but +1/+1 counters with cards like hardened scales might be a little too much, so maybe there's a reason for that. Alright, well, we do have a plethora of cards that we can start getting rid of here. I think I have Azor's Gateway instead of Dawn of Hope, which we'll see. I mean, he may have his explosive turn, and then if he does, then I'm in some trouble. I mean, I made a punt last game too. Like, I missed an entire turn of activating Azor's Gateway, which could have cost me dearly, but we made it through it. Yeah, Aetherflex Reservoir was a really, really good card. I loved that deck. Like, just play all these artifacts and just keep triggering, and then that mono blue Reservoir. I played that deck for a little bit. And now I'm playing mono blue wizards. What is it with me in mono blue? Uh-oh, there's Arclight in the grave. And another op. So chart a course, shock, Arclight. Or chart a course, shock, opt into an Arclight Phoenix. And things are happening. Alright, so as much as I really want to get rid of the Goblin Electromancer, I'm not going to. I do want to see what else is going on here. I think I can get rid of one of these Immortal Suns. I'm just going to use the Seal Away to get rid of one of these Arclight Phoenixes. I mean, he's down to 3 cards in hand, so he may still be able to cantrip through some more things, start to refill his hand and stuff. But most of his cards are just 1-for-1, so like once you start wearing them down on cards, that it is a little bit hard for them to actually refill the hand, which is pretty good. So, oh man, I don't know if we could really handle like hardened scales right now with all the Explorer. I mean, we had Winding Constrictor in the last set, but that was killable. Let's draw a card. Let's see what's going on. Alright, so there's our green mana. I think I can get rid of a Citywide Bust. So I've got a 6 and a 3. Another Azor's Gateway will equal a 2, so I could probably play the Dawn of Hope. We can put a 1 under it for with a Plains. I think I can play Dawn of Hope, but like, do I need to? I don't even think I need to. I mean, we could start like making dudes as early as like next turn if I play the Dawn of Hope. Maybe I should have played Dawn of Hope. I'm more interested in flipping this Azor's Gateway than I am. See, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. He is refilling his hand. Like, this is how they have to refill their hand. They just take a couple turns off, wait, and then go from there. I'm going to get rid of the Dawn of the Hope. Dawn of Hope is going to be my 2-drop that I put under here. So then I'll have a 0, a 3, a 6, a 2, and then I can get rid of a 4 or 5, something like that. There's a Crackling Drake. That's not a big deal. That's not a big deal at all. I'll take the 2. I mean, this does make us kind of weak to some burn here, but all right. So there's a 2. Let's see if we draw another land. If I draw another untapped source, I'll play it. Okay, so yeah, all right. This makes everything kind of decent. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of Dawn of Hope. I just don't think I need it in this matchup. And then I'm going to pay 2 life, which, again, very risky. We'll destroy some dudes. Alright, so right now we're looking at a 0, a 2, a 3, and a 6. So a 1, a 4, a 5, all of those would work. So 1, 4, or 5. There's an Arclight Phoenix. Just hard cast Arclight Phoenix. Going for it. Just gonna get there. He's going for it. Seems okay, right? I'm going to Ixalan's Binding the Phoenix. And then let's turn off auto yields. I can get a huge turn in if I just do this right now. I'm just going to get rid of Settle the Wreckage. We gained 5 life. And now we're going to go... That makes 7, 8... Immortal Sun for 6. Okay, so I didn't actually have to tap that one land. Alright, so... What? Oh my goodness, I have no clue what you guys are... Oh no! No! Anything but Niv. Alright, so I guess I do this while he's tapped out. So we'll produce white, green. I mean, he could just Niv me to death right here. I'm just going to take the whole turn off. Alright. So we're at 34 life. Staring at a Niv Mizzet. You want to play Oath of Teferi. Oath of Teferi is a good card. Like, I like that card. Like, if you got some kind of Planeswalker thing going on, like, Oath of Teferi seems great. I think it might get some play in the Esper build. Alright? Like, I think people are going to be playing Esper, so, like, it could be a thing. I mean, he's got a lot of burning to go through right here. And I know that Ixalan's Binding on an Arclight Phoenix is not the greatest thing in the world to do, because they can always, like, pitch their Arclight Phoenixes and get them back, so... Right, this March could be able to push through Niv. That's the plan. That is the plan, is to have this as just huge March. However, if he's sitting back on a control spell, if he's got a single negate in the deck, then we're just destroyed, so... Because surely he's seen it by now, right? 5-color Super Fans is probably going to be a meme deck. Well, you got to build it, Zax. Not to mention Esper or Moist Mardu. Could be real. See, Mardu Blue could definitely be a thing. I hate it when you guys call it Moist. It gets me. Watch him Spell Pierce us? No, I can play around Spell Pierce. That's the only thing I can play around, though. Nope. Nope. He's just going for it. This cold is getting me, guys. Moist is anytime you just lightly splash blue to something. Just add a little bit of water. Just moisten it up a little bit. Kind of like a good cake, you know? Just moisten. I mean, he's tapped out. No swing. Jeebus. I think I just do it now, right? Does he have a board wipe? What's the chances he's got a board wipe, right? Like, is there any chance whatsoever he brought Fire Cannonade in? Alright, I'm going to produce green mana, okay? Green mana, I'm going to go white. I'm going to March of the Multitudes for a cool billion. I'm going to say done. There we go. 24 dudes. 24 tutus. Woo! Give it hell, Niv. Give it hell, buddy. Oh, my goodness. He's got it. He did bring in the fiery cannonade. You love this deck? Well, Niv did things. Niv was mean. Niv was very mean. Time to go for the halls. Tormenting voice. Woo, cannonade. I mean, yeah, how many cannonades does he have? I don't know. Don't know. There's a shock. We need to be able to make at least 8 dudes. And we gotta assume that he knows what we have in hand, right? So he just doesn't swing with them, does it? Just has to burn us out. 9 cards in hand. It's a monster. Do you swing? No, you don't swing. That would not be for enough. Just wouldn't be for enough. I'll wait. I mean, yeah, he's probably got the spell pierce, but I'll wait. Tristani might be good in this deck, Zax. Alright. I mean, he's got 3 radical ideas here he can bring back. That'd be 1, 2, 3, and then he would have 3 mana left over, plus drawing some land, or drawing some cards. It could be a thing. Played versus vampires earlier today, Chupacabra their Alindra, so they made like 15 dudes that were all buffed with Destiny, and it killed you down to minus 88. Holy cow. Well, he can't swing. Not without a hard counter. There's an Electromancer. Now he goes radical idea, radical idea, radical idea. So I floated 10 mana here. Old Niv Mizzet. What a monster. Hey everyone, I'm back. What's up, Jack? Made some edits to the Naya tokens list. Took out the Clarion and Seal Away for 2 Banefire in the sideboard. We get a lot of mana. Replace 1 copy of March with a 3rd Shalai. All right, it all seems good. He wants to move on. He wants to Fiery Cannonade. I'm gonna fire it off. If he's got another one, then fine. Here we go. March for a good solid 12. March, or you can, if it's not March, then you can have Galvanic would be bad. Galvanic would be really bad. Like making that Crackling Drake just blast us. There's the Fiery Cannonade. Yeah, we're probably dead here. Yeah, Dawn of Hope. Yeah. Looks like Fiery Cannonade is going to get the best of us here. I mean, if he had it, right? I mean, he's still not swinging. Sanguine Sacrament wouldn't be that bad. I mean, it wouldn't give us a ton of life, but it wouldn't be that bad. Having a counter spell of our own wouldn't be that bad either. There's an Arch. That's not bad. I'm gonna play Azor's Gateway. Oh yeah, that's right. It only costs 1. Immortal Sun. Haha. That's pretty decent. Citywide Bust was a good card. I'm not sure he's got another Nib Mizzet, but Citywide Bust was still a good card. Yeah, I'll move on. Good old Fiery Cannonade. Getting work done. What's up, Tier 1 Jank? How you doing? Come on, McFats. What do you got? What do you got, sir? Bust is pretty much the same as Slaughter. Against big decks, yes, but against go wide decks, I think that Slaughter could be better than Bust. I mean, they get to pick up to 4 power, so I mean, like, and 4 power is enough to like just kill you. I mean, so like if they get to leave. How can we do this? I mean, he's backfiring us for 5. We got to gain some life. That didn't do it. No! Down to the Banefire! Alright, game 3. Here we go. I'm not going to say that they're like so far apart that, you know, it's just bad. Like Citywide Buzz, like maybe 1-1, right? Who knows? Maybe just run 1-1. So yeah, good old Banefire for 5. Not a lot we can do about that. All right. We're on the play. Does that make any difference to us? Maybe we do need the Sanguine Sacraments in this deck. Let's run that. I mean, the Baffling Ends are probably exactly where I want to be, but whatever. Clock Aim? That's mean, Dane. That's mean. We probably could. And just clock him. I'm gonna keep. This hand ain't that bad. This hand ain't that bad at all. Sorry. I've got a lozenge in my mouth, so I'm sorry for all of you having to listen to me. I've had a cold, so cough drops are where it's at. In hits the goblin. Zax. And that was why I brought it in, was I wanted more answers for the goblin. The goblin lets these decks go off. It's just so much of a mana advantage. Like he's more ramp in a deck like this than like Land of War Elves could ever dream of being, you know. We've got Temple Gardens and the other one, I think. I think we got, yeah, Temple Gardens and Sun Petal Grove. Oh no, there's an Arclight Phoenix. Yeah, Sun Petal Grove. That's the one. Donna Hope might be where we want to be. I just have all these really slow. I don't think so. I think I want all my lands. Like, just all of them. Because I just want to get this, right? So we got a 2 converted mana cost under here. I may end up getting rid of one of my lands. Let's draw naturally. Yeah, we're gonna pitch a land now. I don't know why I did that in my combat step. This is where you're supposed to do it, right? Right there in your combat step. There's an Electromancer. Was he just double Electromancer here? No. I'd love to binding that, but I don't think he's got more Electromancers in him. He may now. Like, I would really like to get rid of that Goblin Electromancer. Yeah, he just threw another Electromancer away. Let's draw a card. Alright, well, I'm just going to keep getting rid of planes. We're going to play a planes. I am going to get rid of the Electromancer. Again, I just don't want him to have this mana advantage. And it's a pretty huge mana advantage. Yeah, I mean, I could have gotten rid of something other than a land, I guess. It doesn't feel good, though. So. Yeah, he does just block it with a Drake. He blocks it with a Drake. Murmuring Mystic. Radical idea. That makes a dude. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So ignore what I said. This has got trample. Like that. That doesn't serve a really good... Yeah. Opponent's comeback in game 2 was sweet. It was, Boros. It was. McFats is working hard over here to make this happen. There's a radical idea. McFats. I mean, settle here. I mean, Spell Pierce. I mean, he gets 1,000,000 land, though, right? Brutal. This is brutal. You shouldn't do this to people. Alright, so let's go ahead and draw a card, discard a card. Alright, so I need to get... I got a 0 to a 3. I'll get rid of the binding. Play a land, pass. Alright. 0, 2, 3, 4, so 1 mana. Do we even have a 1 mana? I took the fountains out, right? Yeah, fountains are inside. So we don't have a 1, so that's not an option. We don't have many. I don't know. I guess we could pull like a board sweeper or something. Like, so what does he do? Does he just block? Because that's a nightmare. Can I take this 3? I mean, I can always deal with it later, right? Let's take a look. Let's see what we've got. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I know, like, that may seem bad, but he has to block here. I put everything in front of this Carnage Tyrant, finish this off. Niv 2? No Niv? I'll seal away. Pass. I'm curious. Alright, here we go. Hope for another Carney T. Swings and Banefires. Oh, I don't think that gets him there. I don't think Swing Banefire works. Because he ain't going to do near as much damage as he thinks he might. I mean, I don't know. He may just like draw through his deck here, like Radical Idea into some other stuff. But luckily, he's not going to get his cheap dude, like his Mana Dork down. Hey guys, what kind of deck are we playing? We're playing a mono white splash green control deck. So green white control. Let's just call it green white control. March of the Control deck. That's what this deck is. March of the Control deck. Oh, Crackling Drake. You silly thing, you. I mean, he's doing it. He's burning the hell out of me here. Like, the only thing stopping him is just pure mana. Like, just having enough mana to keep going. He's churning straight through the deck. This is crazy. We're at 6. We need Sanguine Sacrament off the top. Banefire. Oh my god. No. Arclight getting in. I'm sorry. GG's, McFats. Alright. He doesn't have enough toughness left on the battlefield to save him. We're also getting down on the time. Like, he's running low. Good job, McFats. It was some hellacious games, man. Awesome games. Alright, so who said it? Who said it? Doesn't he just block your Carnage Tyrant with a Drake? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. This settle is going to be epic. That's right, AO. AO JR. Well, I butchered that. I know I butchered that, but you showed up just in time for a great settle the record. He did. He had to try. He 100% had to try. I think it was worth it to go for the swing. I would have went for the swing there. Zaxidillo, as always, bringing us a truly devastating, depressing deck. Good stuff, Zax. Man, like, fighting Niv Mizzet, just, no matter how you do it, if you fight Niv Mizzet and win, oh my goodness, the deck is just crazy. He should have blocked with a Tyrant a while ago. We would have been left at like 20 life then, if he blocked with a Tyrant. And then I would still had Settle and everything else. Like, so yeah, I mean, maybe he blocks with a Tyrant. Personally, I think I probably should have kept, like, I guess I kept the right card, right? Like, because I would have died to like, I would have died if I would have kept the Cleansing Nova. Like, so if I had kept any card other than Settle the Wreckage, then I would have died. So I guess I kept the right card, you know, but it all paid off in the end, and it's a really fun deck, Zax. Some meanness. I'm sure everyone in the stream liked it. If you want to have your deck shown here on the Subscriber Sunday, the only way to get it here is you got to post your deck over on the sideboardmtg Reddit. So check out the subreddit and get over there, post your decks, vote on some decks. The decks each week with the highest amount of votes will get played on Subscriber Sunday. And then the deck I find the most interesting, this was my pick for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The deck, and then so we'll get 2 with the votes, and then 1 that I find interesting or worthy of some epic gameplay, right? Anyway, yeah, last Sub Sunday of the year, man. This was a lot of fun. We got a Devs deck tomorrow, which is going to be the last Devs deck of the year. So we're going to be having some fun with that. And we've got a lot of Subscriber Sunday deck, or it's not Subscriber Sunday, Patreon decks coming up. We've got one by Madness coming up as the last donation bonus deck of the year, and then from that point, I'm changing donation bonuses to Raiders Spoils. So you kill the stream boss starting after the first of the year, you will receive you'll receive the chance to get a deck run. So yeah, that's a way that I can always adjust and tweak how like supply and demand on decks and stuff like that. But it's some other things. I just haven't seen many other people like trying it, and I think it would be a good way for us to try some stuff. But we had a lot of really fun decks tonight. One 3 for 3, the Naya tokens deck. We did end up winning. That was some close, drawn-out games. The Depression Never Ends by Zaxidillo and Boros Watermarks all pulled through. Really cool decks, and thank you all for building these decks and posting these decks. What else do we got coming up? Dev's Assassins, right? So he's got some blue-black Demir Assassins, Atrada, Helm of the Host, a lot of other assassins and stuff like that. We're gonna be playing that tomorrow night. We've got a little bit of arena content coming up this week. I'm going to be doing the Kips draft, whatever that is. That's about all I've got planned for right now is Kip's draft and Dev's deck for tomorrow, and then whatever deck he comes out with for our Wednesday gameplay, and then we've got something else will be coming up Thursday. So that's how our week's going to line up. But hope you guys all enjoy. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. If you're wanting to subscribe, all you do is take your Gmail account, log into your YouTube, and hit subscribe. Right? Just log into YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It helps everyone, right? It's free, and hit that like button. Help more people get a chance to see these community shows. I know a lot of people don't like community decks, but a lot of people love to see some community decks. So hit that like button so more people get a chance to see this. Also helps out the channel and helps us grow, which is the whole point of a YouTube channel. You just try to make it bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So that's the point. That's what we're going to keep trying to do. Grow the community. It's a pretty fun place to hang out. I like coming here, so whatever. Anyway, help us get to 100K. That's right. At 100K, Zaxidillo is going to start streaming for us, guys. I said it a long time ago. I was like, if I get to 100K, Zaxidillo is going to start streaming for us. But anyway. Yeah. What else we got? If you want to help support the stream in other ways, the big one I'm going to be pushing this year is joining us as a membership here on YouTube. YouTube is really pushing that membership thing, so they're starting to give more and more rewards out to channels that have members. So if you do want to join here on, we'll go check out the spoilers. If you do want to join here on YouTube Gaming, please do that. I would rather have you join. I know it's a reoccurring thing, and of course you'd rather have them reoccurring. But no, I'd rather have you do that because it unlocks a lot of stuff for YouTube and stuff like that. And more features we get, the more fun we can have. And let's just see what we can do with this. All right, it's going to be a fun year. Plus, this coming year, to let you guys all know what my plans are. Sometime around April, mid-year. I should be moving to full-time streaming. That's right, full-time. So anywhere between 5 to 8 hours a day, just streaming. So we're getting there. We're getting there. But all in all, we're having a lot of fun. I hope you guys are having fun with it anyway. You guys keep coming back, so I assume you guys are having fun. Let's go check out some spoilers. Spoilers. Where's my spoilers? Alright, so I'll just type it in. Hey, look at that. MythicSpoiler.com. It's good to be green. That's right. If you set up, if you do a subscription, you'll get that green name tag. Alright, so what is new, guys? You guys are going to have to let me know. What is new? I have not been paying attention to the spoilers. I know this is one that I'm really liking. Absorb. Counter target spell. You gain 3 life. Somebody said that this would happen, right? That we would have a counter target spell, gain 2 life. Gain 3 life, something like that. And sure enough, it's here. We finally have the proper name, Bedevil, on Bedevil. It was called Anguish for a little while. We've seen Zagona. Emergency powers. This card is going to be broken. Emergency powers. I'm going to pay 7 mana, instant speed. Hell yeah, I'm doing it on my turn. I'm going to... each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library, then draws 7 cards. And then you exile this. If you cast this spell during your main phase, you may put a permanent card with converted mana cost 7 or less from your hand onto the battlefield. So you're actually going to have to shuffle, draw, then put a permanent. So you're going to lose everything you have in your hand. You have to hope that you get a permanent card 7 or less in that. So I don't know. That may not be as good as like I want it to be. But when you're running Niv Mizzet and Teferi, you're probably going to hit one of them in 7 cards. So yeah. Draw 7 with Psychic Corrosion. Oh yes. See, that seems good. Sorry about that. We've seen Mortify, we've seen the Riot creatures, Gruul, Spellbreaker, and Frenzy A-Rinks. A-Rinks? Is it A-Rinks? A-Rinks? I don't know. We've talked about Ascendancy, we've talked about the Oligarchy, Oligarch. We've talked about Mr. or Mrs. Linven. We've talked about it. We've talked about... Ooh, here's this one's one I haven't. I don't think. All right, so incubation incongruity. What? So one of Simic color. You get to look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them. Put it in your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. This is a pretty good card. Rinks. Exile target creature. That creature's controller gets a 3/3 green frog lizard. That's not bad. I mean, that's something that you're always missing in like green decks, green blue decks is like some actual removal. Giving them a 3/3 is not like true removal, but I'd rather give them a 3/3 than let them have a Niv Mizzet, right, or a Crackling Drake or something. So I might be able to deal with that 3/3 later. So that might be worth it. As far as incubation goes, I mean, if you're in mid-range or aggro, the first half of this card is going to be, broken. So, especially if you're trying to put like combos and stuff like that together. So yeah, not quite Beast Within, but it's a split card, right? All right. Yeah, Beast Within got a lot of play. So we've got 4 mana instant speed, draw 2 cards, and then if you cast it during your main phase, you gain 2 life. This card's okay. Instant speed, draw 2 cards. It's not bad, but I don't think people are going to play this over Chemist's Insight. I think Chemist's Insight is just better still. So, especially when now you get to use you get to gain your extra 3 life on your counterspell. So, like I don't think Finks's Insight gets a lot of play while Chemist's Insight's around. I will say that this is a common, and that's going to change the draft format a lot. Giving this kind of draw power at the common is going to be pretty sweet. So, Light Up the Stage, we've seen that one. Aeromoculus, we've seen that. Raptor Demons, we've seen this. Growth Spiral, we've already talked about. We've talked about it. That's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the new spoilers since the last time we looked at the spoilers. Right, Chemist's Insight, Sphinx's Insight, like. Is that just lazy writing? Wizards getting lazy on us? Sphinx's Insight? Like, I get it. They needed to have a draw spell that had something to do with Sphinxes and gaining power or gaining life. But, yeah, I don't know. And does that even look like Azor? Do not think me blind to your true mission. Or your true master, Grand Arbiter. Right. Anyway, that's going to be the show for the night. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun. And we'll see you back here tomorrow night where we run Dev's Blue-Red Assassins. Go check out Dev's deck tech if you haven't already. And we'll see you here tomorrow night. Is the YouTube membership? Yes, the YouTube membership is exactly like a Twitch subscription. You'll get the tokens, you'll get the green name tag, you'll get Pretty much everything you get on Twitch, you get here on YouTube, and then like once we get enough, it'll unlock some other features, and then we can start doing some other stuff. But as far as I know, that's pretty much it. That's what in the rules of YouTube I'm allowed to offer. Like I was told that I can't offer one-on-one dates, right? Like so, if you become a member, no, I can't say that we'll go out and hang out together one-on-one. So I'm not allowed to do that. So dating all of you is off. Alright, YouTube said that, right? So apparently that's a thing, right? Like you wouldn't put that in the rules if somebody hadn't tried to do it. And then I can't offer you anything that would be suggestive to a child to make them want to do it, right? Like you got to be like in the kids section. You just got to be like really careful. Like, man, if you do this, you know, you'll get like I don't know. You just can't do that. So whatever. But anyway, YouTube rules and regulations and stuff. That's pretty much all we can do is just offer little like colors and boxes and things like that. But you get to show your bling, and then the longer you stay a subscribing member, you start going up on the colors there. You'll see McFats has got the he's an uncommon card. He's an uncommon. And then Mr. Barry Drake there is a rare. I think Barry Drake and Justin Clay are my only two rares, but whatever. I collect you guys like cards. No, anyway, sorry. That's it. That's the show for tonight, guys. I had a lot of fun. Hope you guys had fun. I'm done. I'm gone. No, moderator color does not change. We'll see you next time. Let's go out on the happy song, right? Let's go out on the happy song. We've changed stream boss a couple times tonight. We can have the happy song again. There's nothing saying we can't. Uh-oh, I hear a Lincoln. Yeah, that's not a happy song.